let's go to Doctor Strange 2. Alrighty. So Doctor Strange. Let me just lead off. And spoilers, this is your last spoiler warning. We're going into spoilers. Like, we're probably going to maybe talk a little non-spoilers at first, like our thoughts, but yeah. Like, there's a lot. Come on. Like, you've seen non-spoiler stuff by now. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So what I want to say first about this is the most, I think this is the Marvel movie where I've seen the most differing opinions. I've talked to people that really did not like this movie. I've talked to people that are like, oh, I could see why people like this movie, but it's not for me. I've talked to people that think this movie's just meh. I've talked to people that are like, I liked it a little, but like it's like kind of like, mid-tier. I've talked to people that say, oh yeah, it was pretty good, but not like up there or whatever. And I've seen some people that absolutely love it. And then there's me. And I really like this movie. I really like this movie, but I feel like this movie was really made for me. And I do find it hard to rank with the other movies because there is literally no other Marvel movie like this. It is its own thing. I love Sam Raimi as a director. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is one of my favorite movies, not superhero movies of all time. And people love to give crap to that movie, but they just think Spider-Man 3 and they just smush it with the first two. But no, dude, I was just, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I think it was a good thing because it was just such a fun ride, a good villain, the protagonist I cared about. I thought the pacing was pretty good. There was people had some problems with things that I personally didn't have problems with, which I'll bring up after I get your thoughts. But what are your initial thoughts, Vissaw?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, but I'm all over the place with this movie.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it, and it was fun because I really really enjoy it. And I got out of the movies, and I was like, wait, what? And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, no, but why did they do that? For the ending, so my problem is, and maybe that's something you're gonna bring up, and it's not a problem because I still enjoy.
I only have
the movie.
one problem with this movie. That's how good I think this movie is. I only have one issue, but go ahead with yours.
I enjoy. Like I said,
that's probably okay. I did hate the mid-credit scene, but anyways, I'm not counting that as part of
it. Oh yeah, go on. Well, that's too. I was expecting more too. I was just waiting there, and I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. But I really enjoyed the pacing of the movie. I think the movie was great. For the moment I started, it just it's already started with a fight, with an action scene, and then it just keep going and going and going and going. And so I really really enjoy it. And then I think what I wanted more, right? It was there's 3 points in the movie where I feel like they could have done something different.
Okay.
And it's hard to say because I'm just a dude, I'm a no one to say the Marvel writers should have done something different. But one is the book where they got they went to grab the book, the Vishanti book.
Right.
And then they just got there, and once they got there, they were not in a rush to get it. They were just we got it, and she was trapped, just coming from them. They were just slowly getting to the book, and then he burned the book, and then that was it. He didn't have maybe it's setting up something for the next movie, but it didn't have any consequences. It didn't have anything.
Yeah,
I feel it was just something lost in the middle of the movie, right? And then I even I made some notes here so I don't forget. And then the other two things were the way the girl control her powers, because it's a superhero thing, I know, but it was just I wish they found something, any dumb reason for her to control her powers, an item that they found in the multiverse, a spell that he learned or something, because in the end he just looked at her and said hey, I believe in you, and she was yeah, no, I can control my powers. So it was just Uh,
Yeah.
it was just like, no, like just something more, because you could have believing her in the first 10 minutes of the movie or something. So and I have another topic, but I want to know like your opinion on this too. I don't know if you
Yeah.
thought about
Okay.
it
I guess
or
to clarify what I said when I only have one problem, I only got one like major problem. There's a lot of nitpicks, like kind of
yeah,
what you mentioned, but like I don't know, it's a movie and like the
yeah,
point was
yeah.
is he was different than the other strangers. So like when he actually believed in her, it was different. That's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, my big issue with the movie was you know what? Let's try to talk about the movie chronologically. So my
Okay.
issues in the middle of the movie. Okay, so like we're at the beginning. They have the chase scenes, all that. Like, you got anything to say about like I guess the beginning before we go into like all the multiverses?
No, I
I
think
don't really got much to say. I thought it was
yeah,
good. Like when the eye
yeah,
popped out of the creature, literally everyone in the theater went, "Oh!" Like everyone
yeah.
said it.
Yeah. I think it was good. I think it was, you know, like I said, it started out
Like the
great.
jump when he jumps over the balcony at the wedding, like that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get. I think one. Okay, the first talking point that's very controversial is Wanda as the villain of this
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. I cannot. I do not. I don't understand. Like I respect it because obviously they watched WandaVision. You said you liked it. I thought WandaVision was, but and I love Elizabeth Olsen. She carried that show. It's just the
Yeah.
writing in that show is so bad. But like to me, it made sense that like she is literally the most messed up person probably in this world. Like there's probably someone out there that's had a worse life, but like she's seen her husband die twice. She's essentially seen her kids die. She's seen her brother die. She was freaking held hostage by Nazi Hydra people. Like
Yeah.
you can't just recover from that because like a lot of people at the end of WandaVision that I've talked to have said, "Oh, but she made a turn at the end of WandaVision." I'm like, I don't care. Like you can have a messed up life, then like have one good day, then literally that next day, like your depression kicks in and bam, like you're messed up again. And she also had the dark hold and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it made a lot of sense, and I liked her as a villain because she not only is she, oh man, she Elizabeth Olsen, the actress, was my favorite thing about this movie. Every time any emotion she had, I felt, and I think that's like good acting when like if someone cries in a movie, like the actor can really get you to feel the emotion or not. And she always does. Like when she's happy, when she's angry, I can understand her motivation even if I don't agree with it. So yeah, I felt like this was one of the best villains we've had, and it makes sense to me. But a lot of people are complaining about
Oh.
it because they think she made the turn, and I think a lot of people just honestly like Wanda and they didn't want to see her bad. I think that's what it comes down to. But
Oh. Okay.
because
Yeah.
she kills people a lot,
Yeah.
so yeah. So what did you think of Wanda's arc? I guess.
Uh, I expected that. Like
Okay,
for
good.
the maybe because of watching the show like one day before the movie, right?
Right.
Because I watched the show knowing that she was going to be in the movie, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe my like vision of it was different than everyone just watching it as their own show, and then months later the movie. Because like I expected her to turn into something for the movie because of the trailers, and in the
Mm-hmm.
end of the show, the villain of the show say to her like, "Oh, you don't know what you've done," when she suck her powers.
Oh yeah, the Agatha lady.
Yeah.
She's
So
getting her own show, by the way, if you didn't
oh,
know. So
nice.
yeah. Anyways.
So like that part for me was like obvious. Yeah, she'll go rogue. She'll go crazy because she just like suck the villain powers, and the villain powers like just said, "Oh, you don't know what I have done." So it at that point it's like, yeah, she's going to go villain. Maybe she will do like half of it,
Yeah.
but I expected it, and I really enjoyed it. I agree with you. It was like probably the best part of the movie. The whole
I
thing
thought
of
it was a
her
good
losing.
twist too with the monsters who were trying to take America's powers. I thought that was just going to be some like I thought they were just monsters wanting to get her
Yeah,
power, but it ended up being her, and I thought that
yeah,
was really cool. Did
yeah.
not see that coming.
And I have like one more opinion about her. That's my third issue of the movie, but that's like in the end of the movie. So I don't know if we should talk about that or should
We'll
just
do it when
go.
we get to the end. Let's
Yeah.
go to the
Okay.
next part then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she attacks the place, all that stuff. Then what do? They have America, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess America and Doctor Strange start going to other universes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I want to talk about America next, I think. So let's talk America and an issue I see a lot of people have. And personally, I didn't have this issue. I can understand this one. I can understand a little more, but the movie is called The Multiverse of Madness, and you really only focus in a few universes in this movie. I was okay with that because it makes it more like the story more tight and focused. While like my brother, for example, is like, I thought we were gonna go to like 15 and like I don't know, just see a lot of different people.
Hmm.
So I think that's just more of a preference thing. I did think it was cool we saw like the animated world. I really thought we were gonna get like I was hoping to see like X-Men in this movie, especially when like they went in the animated world for a bit. But okay, I want to get your thoughts on how many universes, like if you were okay with that or not. Then I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about America. So
I
go ahead.
I think it was good. I think it was a good
Yeah.
amount. I think they show like I said, the transition. They show like a lot of things just to give you the feeling of the multiverse can be anything,
Mm-hmm.
even like painting and stuff. And as a movie, I think if you focus on too many, then it just get like too messy to work with. I can understand they would go, but I think we would lose some good parts of the movie if we go
Yeah,
like
that's
in
true.
too many like multiverse.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think I can respect anyone's opinion on
Yeah,
that. And then with America, like she's the whole reason this can happen. This is I don't really have a problem with this. It's more of a nitpick, but it's a movie. You can't explain too much.
yeah,
I don't understand. I don't understand like why she's called America. Like she's not
yeah,
from America.
yeah. I'm glad
I
you brought that up because I was
I
yeah
don't
I was
know.
like I was thinking about it, but I was like, well, I'm not
She's from
from.
like a
Yeah,
place where people wear blue clothes. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know if I want to bring this up from being like someone from outside, but it just felt like, oh, let's put it because we need to, because we're not gonna have the scene of the America flag and they
Right.
buy the American flag, so we need to put somewhere. Oh, okay, give like the girl American name. All right,
Right.
that's good. Yeah. So it felt like just weird reason to
Yeah.
put it, and it kind of like took me off of the movie a couple times because it was just felt weird, like from all the
Yeah.
names she could have, like America, and I was always thinking like, oh, America the country, no, America the
Yeah. I give it a pass because I bet they'll do a quick explainer in a future
yeah.
movie because she said 70 whatever universes, so I'm guessing she like came to America in one and she's like, oh, that's my name.
Yeah,
Not a big deal, but like it's just kind of odd. It's just like, wait, what?
yeah.
Your moms are not from America, like. So I did really like the only reason I knew this guy was because I heard look out for a Bruce Campbell cameo, and he's Pizza Papa or Papa Pizza, one of the two, the guy that's hitting
Yeah.
himself. So he's really if you guys don't know, he's a good friend of Sam Raimi, and I think he just cameos in every Sam Raimi movie. So like in the 3 Spider-Man movies, he's like in each one of those. But yeah, that was a fun little thing I thought for like those that knew him. What else? Oh yeah, let's get to okay, let me get to my issue of the movie. They kind of happen at the same time because they kind of go back to our universe and the universe with the Illuminati. So
Yeah.
my issue with this movie is when Wanda is trying to get like Wong to say where the Darkholme is after like he destroys the copy of it. He's like, I'll never tell you. And then she's like, but fine, like I'll kill these people then. And he just gives in.
Yeah.
This is Wong. This guy like lives by the rules, more strict than Doctor Strange. And not only that, everyone kind of already, I'm sure they had a little, meeting before Wanda attacked saying like, hey, we're going to probably die if she comes. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone cool with that? In fact, the lady that saved Wong died. And then all of a sudden he's like, he just gives it up for 4 lives, which I'm not like discounting those lives, but like they kind of like, that's their responsibility.
Yeah.
Like Wong was going to die. So that's my big gripe with the movie. I just thought that was out of character for Wong. And then, yeah. But then we get to the Illuminati, and this is where a lot of people had problems too. But I thought it was great. I mean, I loved the Illuminati. I think the reason why, so the big problem people have with the Illuminati is they just weren't on screen enough. They died too fast. I think they just thought they would be such a big part of the movie. Like what they do is like, I'm not going to act like my knowledge is coming from other YouTubers with the Illuminati, but pretty much, they interfere with like time or decisions on the earth when like, a problem comes up. And I think what Marvel does is they take big concepts and, they can't do a big story. They can't do like an end game every few movies.
Yeah.
So they just simplify it. So for example, with Captain America Civil War, which is my favorite MCU movie, and my favorite comic growing up that I read at Barnes & Noble, and I actually read that one, people were upset because it wasn't actually a civil war. It was more like a Super Smash Brothers fight between Marvel characters, which I loved. But like, you just got to remember, like this, like the movie is its own comic book. Like this is a new issue. So I think a lot of people would thought the Illuminati, like really the Illuminati were just the Avengers on another universe. Like that's all they really were. And I heard when I heard the X-Men theme of Professor X, that was so sick. Seeing John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I gotta say though, I really want him as the part, but I felt like he wasn't doing a lot of top tier acting. He was just kind of talking his regular voice. I didn't feel like he was trying to sell it to me. Hope he does better there. Like I thought the sickest uniform was probably Peggy Carter's. I don't think her name is Captain Britain, but I'm just going to call her Captain Britain. But yeah, and then Patrick Stewart's getting old, man, as Professor X.
Yeah, it's true. That's
I always love
my
him.
first thought of was like, oh my god, he's old. I'm getting old too. Like, like oh my god, look at that. Like, he wasn't that old when I saw the movies. He's like super old.
So let me pass the baton to you. You start talking about the Illuminati now, then I'll conclude my thoughts.
Okay.
So what did you think of them overall?
I didn't have a problem with it. I think the reason they put it there, it was to pretty much show how powerful Wanda was.
Yes, thank you. That is what I believe to be the reason too.
Yeah, because it's just like, they couldn't just like put random people, but they wanted to show how powerful Wanda was. So they gave a reason to put people that we know that are powerful, right? And made her kill them like, in an instant, to show like, oh my god, like she's really losing. She's ready to kill, the like Avengers of this universe.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that it was like the perfect show of how powerful she was.
Yeah, I think my favorite scenes were actually part of this too. Like, yeah, I feel like they were a tool used to just flex Wanda, and like there's a meme going around, and I respect it as a meme, but some people take it seriously because I think it is a funny meme where they say Mr. Fantastic is the smartest man alive, and then the next panel tells Wanda exactly how to defeat Black Bolt or whatever with his mouth, and like I get that as a meme because it is funny, but like, dude, like the whole time, like before that scene, they talk about how they're not worried of Scarlet Witch because in their universe she's not that threatening. Like Doctor Strange is the threat. Like we know that, but they don't.
Yeah,
and he's just trying to calm down the situation, and then she just goes ham and kill. And these guys are so powerful. They didn't need they didn't need to time travel to defeat Thanos. They just defeated Thanos. Like that's how powerful these guys are. So, but some of my favorite scenes were, they get on that edge of like PG-13R with like how Black Bolt dies, like crushing his head
Yeah.
and just, pretty much chopping Captain Britain in half, turning Mr. Fantastic into spaghetti. And how did Captain Marvel was like, whatever, but I'm okay to see that character die whenever I can. But yeah, no, I thought they were just cool, quick cameos. And I think just people expected more, but I thought they fulfilled their purpose and they didn't overstay. It's just my
Yeah,
thoughts
I
on it.
agree. It was like I didn't think there was any problem with it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I think people just wanted them to they're like, why would they mess around with the Scarlet Witch like that? Like, they just did not know that like our Scarlet Witch is just so much more messed up than the other universes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then I guess after that we kind of get to the end of the movie. Man, I just love the action. Like the other twist from the trailer that I didn't see coming was, I thought the Defender Strange corpse zombie guy was gonna be like a bad guy, but no, that was actually our Strange. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll let you take the lead on the end of the movie because I know you said you had some problem or something with it.
The before like the ending of the movie, I think we had the other Strange that everyone thought it was going to be the villain. It was just like a cool fight.
Oh right, that's
that
true.
was an amazing fight with the songs. I really loved that fight. I really loved that fight.
No, I did too. The very gruesome death when he goes through the gate. Like,
yeah,
you will never see that in any other Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's true. I wish it was like more. They would talk more with that. That's one of the characters that I feel like deserve more screen time. That's Strange, or deserve more story, because he killed a lot of other Stranges, right? Mm-hmm. And when he said like he killed a bunch of it, and then our Strange just like demolished him. So I felt like they fought, but they fought like super quick. I felt like could have like something more around it,
right?
And that's something, but it wasn't like it's just like thinking of it now. I feel like if people should have problems with characters, I think that's one of the characters that in the movie should have got like more screen time, and even like say more stuff, bring more stuff of like the Strange of the universe for us to understand better what happened to the other Strangers and what was going on. And then I don't know if you have any thoughts of that.
No, I think I agree with it. I enjoyed that scene. So
yeah, and
I liked seeing that Strange.
Yeah, and then going to the end of the movie, that's my my problem with it, and maybe that's my biggest problem with it. And it goes around with what we said. I feel like when the kid got the powers, and then Wanda saw that moment that she saw the kid scared, and then she kind of like realized that she was doing something wrong, that she could not be like the mother of those kids. For me, she was like in a point of not realizing that anymore, right? I felt like the whole movie built the character of her going insane and insane and insane and insane, and then she killed people from the other like the Avengers of the other universe, the Illuminati. I don't know. She just like kill everyone in the movie. She would kill like Bugs Bunny, SpongeBob, or whatever would go like in front of her. In the movie verse, she would just like kill it, and then all of a sudden, in the end, she just like had a moment of realizing that she was wrong, and then that was it, right? And then she was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore." So I felt like that, like I would expect her to go even more mad at the kid for like showing her in front of her children, and go like even more ham with them, and not just like realizing. But I guess that's the character that everyone expect going back, right? Like going back to the movie and being like, oh no, she's a good character, so we need to bring her back to reality, and then she's gonna end it all. But I expected her to be like already in a point where she would not go back to it.
Yeah, I could understand that perspective. My thought was the only person that could stop her was herself.
Yeah, but that's
because she
yeah.
just was so OP. And I thought she was emotionally broken enough to where I believed it, that, just the other person saying, they'll be cared. Like,
Oh yeah,
is it not like
that's
the
true.
most climactic ending? No, but like that, I really, I didn't, if they had America beat her, then I'd be okay. That's
Yeah,
done. Like that's
yeah. I was thinking like how they could have solved this, because
right.
it was like they could have just solved with America beating her, and I don't know
Yeah,
if they could with Strange doing it,
and once
but
again, I think the reason I'm okay with it is Elizabeth Olsen. Like, I believed her. I think if it was any other actress, maybe not. Like,
Yeah.
if it was Brie Larson, if there's Brie Larson fans out there, I'm sorry, but I would not believe it.
Yeah, like
She just
it's
look, they'll be taken care of. Like,
yeah.
she's always got to look like that. And yeah, I don't know. I think Elizabeth Olsen made it work for me.
It's
and
funny
then her
because
kids like being scared of her.
yeah, that's
stuff.
something that uh it's something that I felt like after the movie, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was like in the movie, it didn't sound like Strange to me. It was just like it was okay watching the movie. I was like, yeah, okay. And then
Yeah.
at the end, like thinking about it, knowing that we were going to talk about the movie, I was like thinking about the movie, and then I thought, well, maybe that's something that they could, but I don't know what they could have done too, because she was already insane,
Right.
and like you said, she was like too powerful. So it would be like way worse if the America, got her and beat her. Would be
Right.
way worse. I agree with that.
Do you think she's actually dead?
No, I don't
No.
think so. No, I don't think
I
they
think
would
she
kill her. I
is.
think she's a great character for her to just kill
Well,
her like
the
that.
reason why I think she's dead is this is one problem of like multiverse and time travel is they can just go get another one.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They
That's
can
true.
just
I think I think in a way that like they'll not kill the character. Maybe that one is dead, but like they'll
right.
find a way to bring another one just for the sake of like having the character, because it's a great character.
Yeah. No, for sure. And we know she has confirmed she's signed on to more projects.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I think she's gonna be in the Agatha show. I don't know how, but yeah. Somehow there. But yeah, every day that passes with this movie, like at first I was like that was pretty good, like, but every day that passes, the more I like it, like because it makes me want to go back and see, just pretty much like the spectacle. I thought
Yeah.
the deaths, I'm not like a big fan of horror or I don't know, like just gore to be gore, but I felt like this movie like all had a purpose with it. It's like I just want to see those effects again.
It's true.
I will say, this is the very end of the movie. That third eye on him, that sucks. I could edit that. It looks like they literally like it's blurry at the top. It's terrible. I thought the CGI was fantastic, and then that eye looks so bad.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I don't know. But then we get the first credit scene. And the reason I don't like this, okay, first off, no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
I think it's because first off, no one knows who this lady is. I didn't know who that lady was. I know who she is now because I Googled a bunch of crap.
I have no idea.
My biggest problem was I just didn't feel in character of the movie because Doctor Strange is walking down and then she's like, we got to go to Dark Dimension because of incursion. I'm like, okay, well, we're getting somewhere. And then she's like, unless you're too scared. And then he says, I'm not scared. I'm like, when does he ever talk like that? He usually like says like something insulting back or something really smart, but he's just like, he's just sounded cartoony. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree with
one
you
of the worst end credit scenes ever, in my opinion.
It
was.
It didn't made me like super curious about it or like excited about it.
That's true.
And
even
like
if
said,
I don't know a character, it
know.
gets me excited.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was just a random thing for like a random character to say. If it was a character that we know, then maybe. But like for a random character, it should have like something different. It's not just like, oh, because it felt like, oh, we want to go in another adventure. It just felt like she was like, hey, we gotta turn the movie. Let's go. He was like, yeah,
Right.
okay, yeah, I want to turn the movie. So
And we're
it
not going to
didn't
see that movie for
really,
at least 3-4 years.
yeah. So, but one thing that you said that I want to say too is that like I really want to watch it again. And that's true. Like
Yeah.
it's not a lot that I want to watch a movie again,
Hmm.
but that movie I really enjoyed, and I would watch it again just to have like another person that never watched with me to watch the movie. So so I
Yeah.
I really enjoyed, because I said like three things that I kind of didn't like, but it's not that I didn't like. It's just I could feel like it could be better, but it doesn't matter. Like I enjoyed the movie anyway. Like I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've some movie reviewers I've watched that have like been mixed on it. Like there's like, there's those people on YouTube who like get like access to the movies whenever or
Yeah,
whatever. And when I've seen every time someone's gone back a second time, they've liked it more. And I think that's what the public perception will be when it comes out on Disney Plus in about 2 months, is when those expectations are gone. Because I really think expectations is what drove people not to like it if they didn't like it. Once those are gone, I think people
yeah.
are gonna like it more. And then the last end credits scene, I think most people hate, but I actually liked it. It was just, it's done. It's finally done. Like, yeah, I know it didn't do anything, but like it was a punchline, a literal punchline. And I don't know. Like I thought the one with Captain America was funny in Homecoming, where he just says, "You sat all the way here for nothing." Like, so I don't know. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It was just a dumb joke. Like
Maybe it
it's
was the
meta because
lack
we
of the other
stay.
one, like because the other one wasn't that interesting that people like hated. Because I was expecting, okay, where's the interesting one, right? Because the first one was like, so I was expecting the second one to be
Oh
something
right,
better. So I feel like if the first
I
one
could see
was
that.
something that everyone already like enjoyed, then the last one was just be a haha joke, and that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I definitely will have to see this movie again. I think it'd be fun to. I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'm going to try not to, just because of money. But I want to. That's why I think it's really good. But I want to make like an update. I have like a ranking list, and I want to update it. But I need to see it at least another time. But yeah, if anyone's listening, let us know what you think in the comments. Like I really want to know like what our audience thinks of it, because like I said, like I've literally seen reactions all across the board.